Hi, this is our fourth video in our Worship at Home series, and I'm Kathy Emmons. We're worshiping in the season of Eastertide. For more information about that, see my first video here. And for my second video about ways to worship at home and my recommendation of Kanye West and the Sunday Service Collective's performance in Paris, go there. And for my latest video, where I recommended Andrea Bocelli's live performance in Milan from Easter, here. And for this week, I'm turning the tables again and talking about Johnny Cash. In this Eastertide, I've been doing this myself and encouraging you to learn to worship God at home through the musical performances of others. We started with gospel music, then moved to classical music, and this week we're moving to country music, or rockabilly, or rock and roll, or folk. It's kind of hard to put Johnny Cash in a category. Johnny Cash is one of the best-selling music artists of all time. He's a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Gospel Music Hall of Fame, and the Country Music Hall of Fame. He was so unique. He had a way to convey musically joy and happiness, even silliness, while at the same time nobody conveyed darkness and angst and sorrow and injustice better than him. For our purposes here, I've been delving deep into Johnny Cash's gospel catalog, and there is so much there. The thing that is striking me most, though, in these days since I've been watching and listening to Johnny Cash, is his unflinching proclamation of Jesus Christ as Lord, while at the same time being thoroughly and completely acquainted with his own sin, his own addiction, his own darkness, his own frailty as a person. And I wonder if there's anybody in the history of music who's ever sung about the wages of sin with more effectiveness or more honesty than him. And it makes me wonder why there's so little time and attention devoted to sin and our difficulty to live like Jesus in the music we do on a Sunday morning. Why does most of our worship music sound so happy? I don't know. Listening to Johnny Cash so much over the last month has made me wonder whether we have archived a collection of music for Sunday morning singing that doesn't accurately reflect either who we are or who God is. But the good news of this is that I've got so many vacancies in my own worship and my own worship music collection that Johnny Cash can help me fill. You might feel the same way, or not. I've chosen 4 songs for listening this week. As you take them in, here are some questions you might consider. 1. How is this style of music different lyrically and musically than what you practice? 2. Do these songs make you think about yourself differently or about God differently? 3. Does Johnny Cash speak to a different part of the Christian experience than other Christian music you've heard? Is that comforting to you? Challenging? Uncomfortable? 4. How is the reality of the resurrection central to the songs you've heard? So listen in. I hope you find these songs as beautiful and unsettling as I have. They make me think of this from Hebrews 12. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinners, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. We're living in the glory of Easter. Jesus is alive. See you next time, Bellefield.